Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. So now I wanna show you the conditional formatting, another example. I stole the spreadsheet from John. Check out John's videos on YouTube. So I stole the spreadsheet from him. I wanna show you what you can do with conditional formatting. All right, so let's say now you're looking at this spreadsheet, right? And then what you want to do is you want to, here we have the month, we have the date, time, we have the time, we have the date, product. But what you want to do is you want to highlight the date that matches what we have here, right? So that the month that matches what we have here. Let's say if you have month two here, you can see you have option of choosing different months. So you want to highlight the entire row that is a month what you have here at the top there. So for example, you want to highlight, let's say maybe everything that's under here. So if you can look at it this side, we have, let's say I choose month 12. I got my month 12 there. Okay, this one is doing different. Let me do one. Okay, I see the conditional formatting that's applied here. So let me just do one there. You can see, so I want to highlight the entire that month that I've chosen there at the top. It must be highlighted the entire row. So I just want to show you how to do that, to show that entire row of the month that you have selected there at the top. Okay, so we are this side, right? So now we have month 12 selected. Let me do my month 2 and then okay, let me leave it like that. That will do. And then you click here, you click this column E, and then on column E, but you get the idea what we want to do, right? So the month that I have selected there, it must be the one that is highlighted. So all of the month 12, if there's any month 12 data here, all of that must be highlighted, right? The entire column of that month must be highlighted. As you can see, I have 12 here, so the entire column of that month 12 must be highlighted then. Okay, so you get the idea now. Okay, there you click there on E6, and then let me see where I go now. Let me try to do this there on conditional formatting. And then let me say new rule. And then I say new formula. And then I'll be like, I need to write my formula here. And then I say that A3 is it um, greater than, by the way, yeah, greater than that. Okay, so A3 is it greater than A6. No, not greater than. Remember, I want to show what's equal. Let's just say equal because I want to show what matches here. So the operator that we're going to use is equal sign. So I want to display the value that's the month that is I've chosen at the top. So E3 equals to E6. So only that month will be displayed. Let me format that. Let me choose fill and then choose that color there and then say okay. All right, and then E3 is equals to E6, so it must match what I have there. And then let me say okay. All right, and then but if I change this, you will notice that that cell must change color to green. See, that cell has changed color to green because it's equal to that. It's equal to that. Okay, now I showed you where I want to edit this because remember I said I want the entire row to be highlighted, but only it applies to this cell only. So the formatting must apply to the entire row of month 2. Wherever is month 2, that entire row must be highlighted. Okay, let me manage my rules. Say manage rules. I've already created rules, but you see here it doesn't show my rule that I want to manage. It's because I haven't selected this cell. So this cell that's at the top there, it doesn't have any formatting. It doesn't have conditional formatting. So that's why here it's blank. So what you can do, as you can see, that it says current selection. So on the current selected cell, there is no formatting, but the formatting is on this workbook. So you click on the drop down arrow and then say this worksheet. You can see now that formatting appears there, and then edit the rule. What are we doing here? We're saying, let's say okay, and then let's say you see it says applies to E6, so it's applying only to E6. We want it to apply to the entire table. right? I want the entire table to be highlighted. So I click on that, I delete what I have there, and then I come click there, B6, and then I can click on Control Shift, and then what am I doing there? So B6, okay, that's not working. How about I say Control O? So Control All will highlight the entire table. So I've highlighted the entire table here. I clicked on B6, and then I pressed Control A to highlight the entire table there, and then go back to this part. You can see now it applies to what? To the entire table. So, and then we also need to remove something here. Let me go back to edit. All right, let me show you again where we need to edit. All right, you see there's a dollar sign here. So we want Excel to stick to column E, but the row, Excel must be able to move from one row to the next. So we don't want absolute referencing on the row part there. So we remove the dollar sign only on the row so that Excel can stick to the same column, but allow Excel to move from row to row so that it can highlight or look for anything that is equals to E3. Once it finds it, then it highlights it green, right? And then that's the main reason why we are only leaving the dollar sign on the column part so that Excel can stick to that column. And then we remove the dollar sign on the row part so that Excel can be moving, going down, right? Looking for the month that matches what we have at the top there. Okay, then I have that. Let me say apply and see. As you can see now, it applies to all of the rows there. So you can edit here where it says applies to, you choose that your condition applies to which cell. So it applies to the entire column where it matches that condition that I've created, the formula that I've created then. And then say, okay, let's see. So as you can see, it's dynamic. If I change there the month, let me change to 6. You see, it only highlights that. So we're saying if it's equals to what we have here, then it must be highlighted color green. So we're using the conditional formatting to do that. Okay, and then the other thing is now, since you have already created the conditional formatting, what you can do, you can play around with the operators, right? You change the operator. So now we said what we're looking for, let's say edit rule. We're saying if it's equals to this, then Excel must highlight it. What if now I want to say, okay, not equals to, okay, let's say less than or equals to. So anything that is less than E6, which one is E6? This is E6. So Excel must highlight it what? Color green. All right. Let's say apply. Say okay. So you see, play around with these. Let's say maybe a 5. So 5 going to the top. Okay, anything that is higher than that. Anything that is higher. Oh, E6 is this cell. So we're supposed to say that. So E6 is this cell here, 2. So you can see now, if we change that, let's say change that to 7. Let me see something. Oh, let's say undo. We've messed that up. All right, and then now if we say, let's say 11, it's in lights are 11 and 12 only. So anything that is higher equals to 11 or higher than 11 must be highlighted. So you can play around with these operators now. Go back to the operator and then change it. If you want to say not equals to, let's say edit the rule, and then you come, you say not equals to. So you want anything that is not equals to that, not equals to E3. Anything that is not equals to E3 must be highlighted green, as long as not equals to 11, as long as not equals to the value that's in this cell E3. Say apply and say okay. So you see, as long as not equals to that 11. If you change that to 7, see anything that is where is 7? The 7 is not highlighted, but anything that is not equals to that 7. So you can play around with that. Manage the rules. You apply a different rule now. Say this worksheet, edit the rule, and then say, let's say greater than. let's say, sorry, what am I looking for? We want to say, let's say maybe greater than, equals to, and then say apply. See the rule changes. Play around with that. Play around with that. Play around with that. 2. Let's make it 2 or 3 there. See, highlights all of that from 3 going down. So anything that is less than or equals to this must be highlighted. So anything that is equals to 5 or less than 5 must be highlighted. You can see. So that's the rule there. So that is conditional formatting. You can play around with conditional formatting. Okay.